10 in Algebra 2, and yesterday and this morning a little bit, we reviewed and learned how to use the discriminant formula, but now we're taking it to the next step, and we're going to use the actual quadratic formula. So before we get started, the first thing I want us to do is rewrite that quadratic formula. I know we wrote it yesterday, but we're going to write it again today, and that is x equals negative, and I'm going to put all the letters in parentheses, negative b plus or minus the square root, and I'm going to draw the line after I write the rest, of b squared minus 4ac, and we're going to finish that square root here. And that all on a big fraction over 2a. Just like this. This is the quadratic formula. Now, whenever I was learning the quadratic formula, this was one of those formulas that my teacher back in the day had me learn this song. And I always felt like it was a little silly, but because of the song, I have never forgotten this formula. It is in my brain forever. And I have had past students that have come back to me a year after and say that it's stuck in their brain forever too. So it obviously works. So we're going to learn the song today. And first I'm going to sing it to you. And then we're going to do like a little echo exercise. You'll repeat after me. Yes. So this is going to bring me back to my music teacher days a little bit. But it goes like, these are the lyrics. The formula is the lyrics. And we're singing it to the tune of Pop Goes the Weasel. If you've ever heard that. Like the da 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 da. So it goes like this. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Simple, short and sweet. We're going to sing it, okay? So I want you to repeat after me, little bits at a time. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's fun. Okay, just a little bit. We'll start with x equals negative b. I sing first, you echo. X equals negative b.
X equals negative b.
Plus or minus the square root.
Plus or minus the square root.
Of b squared minus 4ac.
B squared minus 4ac.
All over 2a.
All over 2a.
Guys, that makes my heart warm. Your voice is kind of good. Okay, again. Ready?
Try again.
X equals negative b.
X equals negative b.
Plus or minus the square root.
Plus or minus the square root.
Of b squared minus 4ac.
Of b squared minus 4ac.
All over 2a.
All over 2a.
Now we'll do it again. Echo me. X equals negative b.
X equals negative b.
Plus or minus the square root.
Plus or minus the square root.
Of b squared minus 4ac.
Of b squared minus 4ac.
All over 2a.
All over 2a.
Okay, can you sing it with me all together? Ready, and here we go. Me, x equals negative b. Plus or minus the square root. Together, b squared minus 4ac. All over 2a. One more time, sing it with me. Here we go. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. I was just kidding. Let's do it one more time. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. You got it. Okay, it probably feels silly, but it's going to be stuck in your head. It's going to help you remember what step to do next. Okay? It's going to help. It's only going to help. Yes, yes. She's going to be a mathematician. Okay, so that is the quadratic formula song. The other way that we can sing it, instead of doing the b squared minus 4ac, is, again, I'm going to write that simpler version of x equals negative b plus or minus the square root, and then we say of the discriminant, because that's what we're doing here, what we just did yesterday. Discriminant all over 2a. So that would be like x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of the discriminant all over 2a. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that being said, let's use this formula. Let's get into the math. And let's start back at this worksheet. You're going to be so glad we have all the discriminant answers because it's going to cut our work in half. So starting with number 1, we have 7x squared plus 8x minus 39 equals 0. And if you are somebody that learns better when things are colorful, I'm going to help you out today. We're going to use some colors. I'm going to use blue, orange, and green. And if you want to have some colors, again, at the front of the room in those colorful rectangle bins, there's a bunch of different highlighters. If you're wanting to match and you don't have them at your desk, feel free to grab some. But we're going to make blue, B, and green. And then the day 9 worksheet. This one. I think. Do you have? Did I give you the right one? Okay, good. Good. I'll make A orange. Make C blue. A is orange, B is green, C is blue. So first, let's identify A, B, and C. That's our first step. So what is my A? 7. That's A. What is B? A. And C? Negative 39. If there's a minus in front of it, we carry that negative over to the number. So negative 39 is C. That highlight might have made it look a little dark on the screen. So write it out to the side too, just in case. A is 7. B was negative 39. So that was our first step. If you are somebody that knows you're going to want to have a guide to look back at, the steps are optional to write down, but if this guide will help you, write them. Step 1 is identify A, B, and C. Yes, step two. After we know A is 7, B is 8, C is negative 39. Step two, you have a few options. If you want, you can plug your A, B, and C into the big quadratic formula all at once. I have found in the past it is much easier to make your step two find the discriminant and then plug that in. It chunks it into smaller steps.
But we already have the discriminant.
We do. We already have the discriminant. It's on our paper, so we can use that, but I'm gonna go ahead and still just find the discriminant, because in the future, you will have to find the discriminant first. So find the discriminant. And if you need to rewrite that discriminant formula, it's B equals B squared minus 4 times A times C. Okay. So this problem, our discriminant from number 1 on this worksheet is 1,156. Just for the sake of having a guide, I'll write out how we got that. So we did B equals B squared, that's 8 squared, minus 4 times A is 7, times C is negative 39. Did 8 squared, which is 64. With 4 times 7 times negative 39. It's 1,092. Together, we do get 1156. So we found our discriminant. Yes, yes, yes. Like that for a moment. And I know we've used a bunch of colors and written a bunch of things. I'm gonna pause this and let everybody get caught up to here. If you ever are taking notes and you're like, I am scrambling to stay caught up, you can tell me to slow down or to move back up. Appreciate that. Okay, so we found the discriminant. That was step 2. Step 3 is now we're going to plug in B, A, and the discriminant into that second quadratic formula, this one here. Okay, so now we're going to plug in the D equals the discriminant number and use quadratic formula. And I'm gonna write quad, or period, and kind of abbreviate formula. So as you're writing it, instead of having to look and say, okay, x equals, what's next, negative, b, plus or minus, having that little song in your head kind of helps, because I can think, okay, step 3, x equals negative b is 8, okay, plus or minus the square root, I know that's next, the discriminant, plug that in. Right, all over 2a, and you won't forget that part because you're singing it. Okay. All over 2 times a is 7. There we go. There we go. Okay, now, once we do have all of our values plugged in, we need to make sure that we simplify things in a special order. And we have 3 different numbers to simplify, basically. I have a negative sign with my b. I have a number under a square root. And I have 2 numbers being multiplied at the bottom. So what I'm going to write for step 3, kind of below that, is simplify each number. And I'm going to circle the ones I'm talking about. I'm talking about this, talking about this, talking about this. So I have 8 in parentheses with a negative sign outside of it. What is this number simplified?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. Good. So this is negative 8. Next, I have a plus or minus sign. That's going to just come down. Plus or minus. Now I have the square root of 1156. We have to use our calculator for that. So, to find the square root, we use the second blue button, second, and then x squared. That gives us square root. We type 1156, enter
34.
34. Good. And if you're thinking, I'm not going to remember that's how I got that, you can always make a little note. Second, x squared to get that square root. Sometimes little notes like this really help. That's how we do it on our calculator. Second and the next squared. That gives us our square root. That's how we got 34. And then all over 2 times 7 is 14. Good. Okay, so that's all we did. We simplified those 3 numbers.
And this is like all we do? Like this is the answer?
Almost.
Okay.
Almost. There's like one last little step. So we have our kind of simplified. We could go further and we could simplify this fraction. I could say, oh, these numbers are all divisible by 2. I could make it -4 plus or minus what would that be? 15, 16, 17 over 7. I'm not going to do all that. That's too much. If you're good at simplifying fractions, go for it. But I think it's not worth it. It's not worth the time. Because what we'll do next is step 4. And we're going to figure out what that plus or minus means. Now we're going to split I'm going to write the plus or minus with green and red. Split the plus and minus into 2 problems. Here's how that will look. The numbers that are in pink here do not change. The numbers don't change. We're just going to write one problem where I have -8 plus 34 divided by 14. The other problem will be -8 minus 34 over 14. So I'm going to do my plus over here. I'm going to write -8 plus 34 divided by 14. And then I'm going to have a minus -8 minus 34 divided by 14. And this is what we mean by there's going to be 2 real solutions. We're about to find the 2 solutions, the 2 answers. When we split it, if we had a discriminant that was 0, we would only have one real solution because the square root of 0 is 0. So it would be like -8 plus 0 over 14. That gives me a number. -8 minus 0 over 14 will give me the same number. So you'll only get one answer. Here we have 2 real solutions because our discriminant was positive. So once we've split into our 2 problems, you just have to kind of simplify and solve. And we work from top to bottom. So we'll start with -8 plus 34. And what is that?
6.
Yes, that is 26. Divide by 14.
1.86.
Good. 1 point, it'll be 857142857. It's a whole bunch of numbers. You can round to 2 decimal places. 1.86. So here, 1.86 is our first one. And now we do the second. Now you cannot just type -8 plus 34 divided by 14 all at once. Because watch what happens. -8 plus 34 divided by 14. Then your calculator is going to divide first because the order of operations tells us to. But we want to add first. If I type it all at once, look how different that answer is. And that's wrong. Wrong. We have to add first. If you want to type it in all at once, you can do it with parentheses. -8 plus 34. In parentheses, that says calculator, do the plus first. Then divide by 14. And I do get the right answer. You can always tell your calculator what to do first by putting it in parentheses, which is nice. But if you want to be super, super careful, it's never a bad idea to just write it out steps by steps. Okay, so there's our first answer. Now let's do -8 minus 34.
-42.
Perfect. -42. Divide by 14.
-3.
Good, -3. Okay. We just solved our first quadratic equation. So here's how we write our answer. You can either write x equals, and then write your two numbers with a comma, -3, comma 1.86. You can do that. Because what we just found here are x values. Do not write them like a coordinate because there is no y. These are both x. These are both x. The y is 0. If you wanted to write it as a coordinate, it would be like this. -3, 0, 1.86, 0. Because the y is 0. X is what we just found. So both of these would be acceptable answers.
How would you write it?
I would write it like the first one, because you're way less likely to make a mistake and put it in the y spot. I would do the first one. But if you're kind of curious what we just did there, I'm gonna put a little note. You don't have to draw this. This is, you can, but I just want to show you what did we just find. If I had a graph -3, let's see, 1, 2, 3, there's -3. And here's 1, 2, 3, +3. Our x values that we just found were -3 and 1.86, so almost 2. We just found where our parabola, or where the graph goes through the x-axis. That's what we just found, is those numbers. So if you were to graph it one day, it would give you those points. We don't have to graph, no. This is just for your information, if you find it interesting. Do not have to draw this. Okay, so we just did that first one pretty slowly, which sometimes is helpful for when you're getting your note guide written down, but it can also make you get a little lost in the process. So we're gonna do the next one at a more realistic speed. Of course, if we are going too fast, you can tell me and we can slow down. But this is our guide that we can go back to. So if this is something you think you're gonna want to look back at, maybe sticky note this page. Maybe sticky note this page. I'll put like step by step solve quadratic equation. That right. Hold it over. Of course, this is also optional, but sometimes it helps to put a little tab in your notebook. Now I can always go back and find this page. Okay.
Just add it.
Did you take something?
Just add it.
Down here?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I will pause this. Whenever you guys are all ready for the next problem, give me like a thumbs up. All right, so let's do one more before we go to break. And since day 10 continued. And let's just go right to number 2 on that worksheet. We have x squared plus 12x minus 45 equals 0. Okay, and step 1 was to identify A, B, and C. So
A is 1.
good. A is 1.
B is 12.
B is 12.
And C is negative 35.
Good. And C is negative 45. All right, now let's find our discriminant.
So E equals
12 squared. Squared minus 4
4.
1. Negative 45. Good. Okay. So 12 squared is 144. And we have negative 4 times 45. I got 180. You guys getting that?
180.
180
Okay.
and then plus 144.
324.
Perfect. That's our discriminant. 324. Okay, so now let's do the quadratic formula. So x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of the discriminant. You're going for all over 2a. Good. All right. So negative b, that's 12. All over 2a is 1. Okay.
So negative 12.
Mm-hmm. Negative 12.
It says second
Mm-hmm.
18. And then
8. Yes, it's that x squared button. Second and then x squared. Type in 324. Enter
18
18
over 2.
over 2. Good.
What are we saying about separating the plus and minus do the second and then square root?
To get the square root, are you talking about how did we get 18?
Yeah.
Okay, so we did second x squared gives us the square root. And then let's get that first. X squared is diagonal to 7. Okay, and then 324, enter. Let's finish this. I know the bell just rang. Let's finish this one. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so now I have my 3 numbers simplified. What's my last thing I need to do?
Write them down.
Split. So we'll do the plus. Negative 12 plus 18 over 2. And we'll do the minus. Negative 12 minus 18 over 2. Negative 12 plus 18. 6. Over that divided by 2. 3. Oh, you're okay.
But I was
6
right for the
divided by
first
2.
one.
3. Negative 12 minus 18. Negative 30 divided by 2 is negative 15. Good. So our answer is x equals, it's okay what order you put it in, does not matter. I'm going to do the negative first. Negative 15, comma, 3. That is it.
That's for you, that's okay.
Huh? Scroll down. Like that. All right, guys. That is our second one. It is 10:26. And we're going to take a little break. Let's come back. We're going to start no later than right at 10:45, not a minute later. 10:45. So, good little 20-minute break. 10:45 is the latest we will start. All right, we are back from our break. We just did number 2 before we left. So, let's just keep working through this worksheet. Get a couple more done together. And then I'll let you guys try some on your own. So we'll start now with number 3.
Do it on a worksheet or do we need to do it on
You can do it wherever you like. I'm just doing it on my notes because I didn't give myself a ton of extra room on my worksheet. But if you have room on your worksheet, you're welcome to do it there. So number 3, I have 2x squared plus 9x minus 81 equals 0. And we already know our discriminant. We'll go ahead and not solve it again. You did work this one out yesterday. That discriminant is 729. So if you already know the discriminant, we'll make this process a little bit quicker. But we still do want to know what A, B, and C are. So what is my A value, my B, and my C? 2.
Oh,
2.
wait.
You're right.
Okay. And 9 and
9.
81.
Perfect.
Negative 81.
Negative 81. Good, good, good. Okay, so I did my discriminant. I got my ABC.
So you're going to put D equals. Oh,
Now we
already
got our
it.
discriminant.
Oh, so we're not breaking it down.
Yeah, we're not going to break it down since we've already got it now. I know on the last 2 we did re-solve for discriminant, but it looks like yesterday we worked this one out. So this is what that work would look like to get 729. And now let's do the quadratic formula. X equals
Negative parentheses 9
good 9.
plus 729.
Not just plus.
Plus minus
Good. Plus or minus
729.
the square root
Oh yeah.
of 729. Yes. Yes.
Over 2 times 2.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So we didn't even use C since we already found the discriminant. But we got it. So let's simplify. What do my 3 numbers here become?
Negative 9.
Good. Negative 9.
Plus or minus
Plus or minus
27. Oh,
Yeah, 27. All over 2 times 2 is 4. Good. Okay. So I've done that. What's my final step? Split them into 2. So let's do plus. And 9. Plus 27. And on minus negative 9 minus 27 over 4. Alright, what are we getting for the plus?
For the plus, we are getting 7 equals 18.
Good. 18 over 4 is
Divided by 4 equals 4.5.
good. 4.5. Okay, now the minus.
Negative 36.
Good. Negative 36 over 4.
Give me a negative 9.
You said negative 9?
Yes.
Perfect. Negative 9. So we will write our answer as x equals negative 9, comma 4.5. No parentheses, just x equals. If you wanted to put them in some sort of grouping symbol, you could use brackets like this. That's fine. But I know those are a little tricky to draw sometimes, so. Either one is good.
Since they're both x's, does it matter which one goes first?
No. Good question. Since these are both x values, does it matter which one comes first? No, you can put them in either order. I usually like to put the smaller number first, but if you don't, I won't count you off. If you got the right numbers, I'll count it correct. Yes.
Would normally it be a negative first? Would negative
Normally,
always
yes.
come
We like to put the negative first because we're thinking smallest to largest on the graph. Yeah. Yeah. But it's still correct if you do opposite. Okay, that was number 3. I want to show you what would happen whenever we have a discriminant that is negative and why we will get no real solutions or 0 real solutions. Because if we remember back to yesterday's notes, we talked about this. Our discriminant, when we get a positive number for discriminant, we get 2 real solutions. Just like here, our discriminant was a positive number, 729. So we got 2 real numbers, negative 9 and 4.5. Those are 2 answers and they're real. When our discriminant is 0,
Get one.
you're only going to get 1 answer. I can show you that. Whenever it's negative, we're going to get no answer.
So what about when it's negative f?
Not possible. You will not get a negative and a positive number for your discriminant. You'll only ever get either a positive or a negative, or it will be 0. Can't be both. Can't be both.
We had turned back to 21.
Number 21, that's the one we made negative. Okay, let's use that one. Can I turn this page? Okay. We're gonna look at number 21. Okay. Number 21 on the worksheet. The original problem gives us a positive discriminant, but we changed the problem yesterday to 2x squared minus 13x plus 169 equals 0. And whenever we found our discriminant while doing this, I'll just run through, or I'll show you on our worksheet here. we plugged in our b, which was negative 13 squared, and got 169. And then we did negative 4 times a, which is 2 times c, which is positive 169. And we got negative 1352. So 169 minus 1352 gives us a negative number for the discriminant, negative 1183. And when our discriminant is negative, there are no real solutions. So let's write this. D equals negative 1183. Okay.
I don't have these things.
You don't have this one? Okay. It's right here, the negative 1183.
inside by.
Yes, this is the correct answer, 1521. That's correct. This one we just did for fun. It was like a different way. We changed it. But 1521 is the correct answer. We changed the problem. So if we had a negative number as our discriminant, let's see what happens when we do plug it into the quadratic formula. So we have x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of the discriminant, which is negative 1183 all over 2a. So b, what's our b?
Negative.
Uh-huh. Good. Negative 13 is b. What's a? 2. Okay, so it's all plugged in. Let's simplify our 3 numbers. What happens to negative 13?
Positive 13.
Yes, that becomes positive 13. Bring down plus or minus. Now, let's do second square root of negative 1183. Enter. Uh-oh. Error. Non-real answers. We're in real mode on our calculations, or on our calculators. So there is a mode we can put our calculator in that will give us the imaginary number that is our answer here. We're not going to talk about that today.
Yeah, that was one.
That's a lot to do today in one day. But you cannot find the square root of a negative number. And the reason for that is because a square root means you're finding what number can I multiply by itself to get this number, negative 1183. Whenever I multiply the same number to itself, we always get a positive, right? When we square something, we always get a positive. We can't get a negative. So, not possible. We're going to get an imaginary number. And I can't add a real number to an imaginary number. I'm going to put an I there for now. Over, this would be 2 times 2 is 4.
I don't think I'm always the same.
We're just going to write not real. And that's why we get, when the discriminant is negative, no real solutions. Our calculator won't do it. You won't get an answer. It's not possible. Show you one also where, let's see. When the discriminant is 0. Come up with one about 0. E squared minus 4 A, C. So I need B to be 2, so that it's 4 minus 4. I need A and C to be 1. Okay, so let's do x squared plus 2x plus 1. Let's find the discriminant. B equal 2 squared. Good. 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times 1. Yeah, 2 squared is 4. And then negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. And what's 4 minus 4? 0. So our discriminant is 0. Okay. So now let's use the quadratic formula and see what happens. It says here that when it's 0, we're only going to get one solution. Let's watch that happen. So I have equals negative b. What's my b? 2. So remember, A is 1, B is 2, C is 1. Negative 2 plus or minus the square root of the discriminant 0 all over 2 and 1. Good. Okay. So let's simplify. This becomes negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 0 is just 0 all over 2. Okay.
Minus 2 plus 0.
Yep. So now we do our split.
Minus 2.
We get negative 2 plus 0 over 2. And negative 2 minus 0 over 2.
They're both -2/2.
Yes, they're both going to be negative 2 over 2, which is negative 1. So negative 2 plus 0 is negative 2 over 2, which is negative 1.
Minus 2.
And same thing here. My negative 2 minus 0 is negative 2 over 2, which is negative 1. We get the same number. Negative 1 and negative 1. If you get the same number, we just need it one time. X equals negative 1. So there's one solution. Negative 1 is the answer both times.
What if somebody was to write -1, -1, every wrong, X would.
Technically, it wouldn't be wrong. It just isn't necessary to write it twice. Not necessary. It won't be wrong, but it is good to recognize, okay, I got that. It's the same number, so it's just 1. Okay.
Here, x equals -1. Why do you make 1?
We only wrote it one time because negative 1 is the same as negative 1. It's the same number, so we only need it once.
When the number is negative, you make 0.
Ele é dia, cara. CDIE. Ele vai mais ele vai dar uma quando alguém consegue construir ele. Ainda subiu mesmo para Deus me pedir na bola.
Did you
It's
explain it?
yellow. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I know when D equals 0,
Yes.
we have one wheel.
Yes. Yes.
That D I got
Ah, so whenever our
Yeah.
discriminant.
You can back in.
Put that D I got 0. Yeah.
Formula?
Uh-huh.
Discriminant.
Discriminant here.
No,
Or
the
here.
formula
Like
when
discriminant.
COS
Or
or
this.
S. Yes, here.
This. Okay, so let me
But
put it right.
D is negative.
Yes, when D is negative,
Yes.
no solution. So that's just like here, we got negative for our discriminant, right? And that's why we got no answer. No answer because whenever we try to type that negative under the square root, it gives us an error. So we can't solve it.
But the next is negative.
The next here.
Yes. Here.
On the stick,
X equals negative 1.
x equals -1. Yes. Yes.
Is negative 1.
-1 is not the discriminant, not D. D is 0. X is -1. We're finding two different things. Okay, that makes sense.
You get it point eight. Discriminate.
Yeah, so this one, X equals no answer.
But D is negative.
D is negative, so there's no answer, no real solution. Okay, yes.
For number 21 that we did,
Mhm.
we looked up the last because we're simplifying the decimal groups when -1 times -13. That's how we got the fun.
Yes, right here, because we have x equals -b, and if we have a negative in parentheses outside of another negative, that's a great way to think of it. It's like -1 times -13.
So you know the negative is just a part of the formula. right?
Yes, yes, the negative, perfect, it's part of the formula. So if b is negative, when we plug it in, it turns into a positive. If b is positive here, when we plug it in, the negative in the formula will turn it negative. Good, you got it. Just like here in the next example, our b was +2. When I plugged it in, x equals -b, it turned into -2. So it flip-flops it. Good. Okay. Do you guys want to try some on your own? Or do we want to do one more together? One more together? Okay. Can I flip my page? Or does anyone need to see anything else on here? Okay, let's do, let's see. How about we do number 13? Number 13 on the worksheet is 5x squared minus 5 equals 0. We on page 4. And on our worksheet, we already found the discriminant. The discriminant was 100. So when looking at this problem, what is my A?
5.
5.
Minus 5.
What is my B?
Minus 5.
0. Look, there's A x squared plus bx. There's no B here. Plus C. B is 0. There's no X.
Negative would be 0.
The last one, C, is -5. Do we understand why D is 0 here?
Yes,
Can
'cause
anybody
there's
explain that? Go ahead, Bree.
There's no letter or number, right?
Yes, there's no letter or no number in the middle. We have 5x squared, that's our ax squared. There's no number in x. There's just -5. Which, since that doesn't have an x on it, it's our c.
What are they called there?
There's variables, and then the numbers are coefficients. Variables, coefficients. Okay, so 5, 0, and -5. Our discriminant is 100. Let's find, use the quadratic formula. So x equals,
0 squared.
yes, this is how we found our discriminant, 0 squared minus 4.
5.
And those multiplied give us 100. Right? Good. Okay, so now let's do this. X equals -0, b plus or minus square root of the discriminant all over. Good. 2a is 5. Okay.
0.
-0. Where am I missing a negative? 2a.
Yeah, the negative, the 5 is.
No, that's A. It's A. A is +5. I know it gets tricky. A.
Wait, is the answer going to be 0?
No, let's find out. Let's find out. Negative B, -0. It's just 0. You can write -0, but 0 is just a 0 always. It's like, remember, -1 times 0.
0.
And if I do -1 times 0, I get 0.
Yes.
It's just 0.
Plus or minus 10.
0 plus or minus 10
Over 10.
over 10.
So it's 4.
So let's split. Let's do our plus.
0 plus 10, 0 plus
0 plus 10 over 10. 0 minus 10 over 10. Good. This is just going to be 10 over 10, which is 1.
And then 10 over 10 again.
Now, what's 0 minus 10? Negative 10 over 10, which is -1. So it's still two solutions. One is negative, one is positive. So x equals -1 and 1.
That was a good one.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so what I would like for you guys to do now is, let's see, let me freeze this so I can keep it up and flip through my paper. We have done number 1, we did number 2, we did number 3, we did 21, and we just did 13. I want you, let me unfreeze this, to, on your own, on this worksheet, do number. Let's flip. I want you to try page 3. Do numbers 15 through 20. If you can, try to finish those. Solve for x. You should get 2 real solutions on all of them. I'll set a timer while you guys work on these, and then we'll go over the answers. If you finish before the timer goes off, you can go on and try to solve more. But 15 through 20, we will go over together after the timer goes off. I'm going to give you guys 20 minutes. So take your time. Really do well. Feel free to help each other out. Feel free to ask me questions. I'm going to pause our video. And after we go over these, you'll get your exit ticket and we'll be done. So I'll set a timer. You guys work on those. All right. So you've had 20 minutes to do number 15 through 20 on page 3. And I just started working on these myself and I only got the first 4 done. But you guys can help me. Number 15, I got x equals negative 13 and 11.
Positive 13.
Positive 13 and 11? Did anybody else get a positive 13 and negative 11? You said both positive or?
Yeah, I got 11.
I get a
I got negative 13 and 11.
Okay, let's see what's right. So we do x equals negative b, b is 2, plus or minus the square root of 576, all over 2 times 1a. Okay.
I got 4 plus 5.
So far as your work like mine here?
Yeah.
Okay, so next step we have negative 2 plus or minus 24 over 2. Okay, then I split negative 2 plus 24 equals 22 over 2.
Negative 11.
Positive 11, good.
And then
Now I have
I did 2 plus 24 and 23.
So I think maybe what you did is instead of changing the middle into plus and minus here, plus and a minus, it sounds like you did negative 2 plus 24 and then positive 2 plus 24. We want to keep that negative 2 the same. We're just changing 1 to negative 2 plus 24, 1 to negative 2 minus 24, which will give us negative 26. So you see what happened there?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I do.
I know. Sorry. Hey, this is the first day we're doing this, so getting the right numbers, that's pretty good. Those negatives. So that's number 15. Number 16, I got negative 3.6 and positive 6. Anybody get something different?
I got 6 and 6. Yeah. I got 6 on 2 6.
Okay,
Minus 6.
good. And what did you get? Did you flip your negatives again, maybe? Or did you get the same?
I don't even know. I can't find the answer that I got. I know I got 6 though, because I did 6.
Okay, you got 6. Did
And then I
you?
do negative 36 and
Yes, negative 36 divided by
Okay,
10,
then yeah.
negative 3.6. Good. All right, so that was 16. Number 17, I got x equals negative 4 and positive 4.
Which one?
17.
I just
17.
You got 4. We should get 2
Negative 4 and
answers. Did you do the 0 plus or minus 24 over 6? Okay, then you split.
That is 0 plus 24 over 64.
Mhm.
That is 0 minus 24 over 64.
0 minus 24 is negative 24 over 6. And that will give you your negative 4. Okay, good.
Can you go back to number 15? I wanna see something.
15 was negative 13 and 11.
Okay.
Number 18, I almost finished. I got all the way to here. Negative 2 over 6 is negative 0.3 repeating. And negative 18 over 6 is negative 3. Perfect, negative 3. Okay, so I got x equals negative 3, comma, negative 0.3 repeating. For number 18. Now just 19 and 20. 19, let's see, x equals negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 4 all over 2 times 3. So negative 4 plus or minus 2 over 6. Negative 4 plus 2 over 6. Negative 4 minus 2 over 6. We should get 2 over 6. 6 over 6. Okay, I'm getting negative 0.3 repeating and negative 1 for number 19. Be real quick, x equals plus minus the square. See. 48 over 8. So I'm getting 6 and negative 6. Negative 6 minus 6 for number 20. Okay. All right, that is it. If you went further, I don't have those answers just yet, but I can work on getting them for tomorrow. You all should have your exit ticket. I gave you your day 10 exit ticket. It should be somewhere on your desk. If I missed anyone, let me know. I have extras up here. But if you guys have any questions about any of these before you go, let me know. We've got about 10 minutes until lunchtime. So in those 10 minutes, work on this exit ticket. If you finish it, you are free to go. If you don't finish it before lunch, I still got to go to lunch. So remember, this is not due until Friday. You have time. You have time. But that is all today.